They might say hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Zoops, good morning.
Morning.
How are you? It's Wednesday already. This week's flying by.
Woohoo! Morning.
What's he doing?
Hey, Matt, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
It's going wonderful.
What's up, buddy?
How are you, Matt?
I'm great. How are you?
So good.
Good. I'm
Are
glad.
you happy your side?
I'm happy. I'm happy.
I don't get it.
I heard that somewhere yesterday.
Am I allowed to come to SAC Meeting? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hey, all are welcome.
Welcome to all.
Thanks. Very good. You know what we'll do? I'll just.
Ricky, good morning.
Sit on the end of this table.
You look like you're sweating.
Not feel good. I feel really good. I feel
Wow.
happy.
Why would you say that?
Oh.
I said it to my wife one time. We're live, aren't we? I said, hey, good morning. I said, are you? Oh, yeah. I said, are you okay? She's like, what do you mean? I said, well, you look tired. And she goes, wow. She goes, that's like one of the meanest things you've ever said. I'm like, I'm sorry.
No, Zip was always there to lift us up. You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe it's just to keep it grounded.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning.
Hey, Ricky, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for the textbooks yesterday.
Oh, yeah, no
Put
problem.
those journey textbooks to use, you know?
Exactly.
Speaking of Journey,
Don't stop believing.
Yeah,
have you guys seen the ukulele club play Don't Stop Believing?
they are amazing.
It's amazing. I don't even know what else to say.
So Rose, what flavors? Oh, blue raz. You see this lady? She's clanging and banging today.
Yeah, I like it. You're starting the day right. I just got myself a C4 on the way here. We'll see where the day takes us.
Explosive energy.
I hope so.
I love it.
Well, I'm waiting for Johnson and a Brew to show up. I've seen them both in the building, so I'm
You
gonna
want
give
to
them.
take a quick run? I'll take a quick run.
Right there.
I know, yeah.
Well, our Brew is just in the media center. I mean, just I'm sorry, in the opera room.
Sir, how are you?
What?
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, yeah, but we gotta go through the budget presentation.
Yeah, where's he at?
He's on his way.
Nice.
It's an accident too, so.
Yeah, I have no excuse. I
Thank
was
you,
just
sweetheart.
late today.
I know, she just. Baby.
Nathaniel, good morning. How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you, though.
Mhm.
It's easy a while, and then by the time you remember it.
Good morning, Bruce.
I know, but then like it's too long, I have to go back to the.
Who all do we have online?
We've got Miss Christina Alvarez, Crystal Hernandez, the parent of Fabrizio Sieta.
No way.
We've got Lena Shafi.
There's Shafi. We got Wallace. We have a Brew. We have Zupa. We have Ricky. We have Torres. We have Nappins. And Janet, is Janet online?
Not that she said hello yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so I think it's this quorum.
Oh, we got Lizette River on.
Oh man, Janet, are you joining the SAC meeting? She's ignoring me. Janet, are you gonna jump on the SAC meeting?
I said, nope,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Nope.
All right, well, we're gonna get going. There's Miss Radio. She's not coming. All right, well, good morning. We're gonna get started. Welcome to everybody who's joining us live on YouTube. We do have just a couple things to go through. We're going to talk about the budget really quick. I'm gonna fly through the budget for next year, and then what I'm gonna do, I was thinking about this on the way here, is I'm gonna stick around afterwards. And if you have like detailed questions about the budget, maybe something that's pressing, or you just want to pick my brain about, absolutely, okay? All right. So here we go. A bit of a skeleton crew, but we do have over half of our board members, our committee members, so we're able to vote on things. We're able to have an actual meeting. So good morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to motion that we bring this meeting to order. Can I get a second?
I second.
All right. All right. So here we go. We're going to move forward with a review of the previous meeting's minutes, and we're going to call on the great Mazuba.
Good morning. So last meeting, we discussed in its entirety the testing calendar that we had going on. We are in the middle of it. We just finished up writing for 4th and 5th grade and reading for 3rd grade. We finished up math for iReady. We are at 95%. So we have a little bit more to go, but I think we are doing great. We just started reading yesterday, so we are about 2% done because we had 2 crazy clickers. But other than that, we are on the road to actually, getting our 95% for iReady as well. We will begin FSA in May, first week of May, so that will be coming up shortly. Before we know it, it'll be here. Ms. Torres proposed a grant that we approved last time for a band. What was the other thing, Torres?
2 sets of tone bars and an extra large stretchy band.
There you go. Those have been ordered, and they are here. Did you get them?
I got the 2 tone bars. I have not received the stretchy band
Okay.
yet, but we already started using them in the music room.
Perfect. All right, so those should be here soon then. All right, I'm sorry, I don't know what the other one is. Other than that, that was pretty much it. We talked about community investment PTA. We had a great turnout for the kindergarten induction, or not induction, kindergarten open house, if you want to call it. That was great. Father-daughter dance was great. The daughter dance was awesome. And then we have spirit night coming up next week. Right?
Thank you for coming.
Oh, today's the 20th. You're right. It's tonight. See you all at Jeremiah.
And I need to do a quick reminder about that. All right, good. All right, here we go. So I need a motion. I'm going to back up a little bit. Motion to approve the minutes, the previous meeting's minutes.
Motion to approve that.
All right, and I second. Great job. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Mr. Brew. All right, moving on. Here we go. Let's get this party started. Like I said, we're going to talk about a couple things in the principal update. We're going to talk about the budget really quick. And we had an amazing showing of the Stellar Awards. And if you don't know what the Stellar Awards are, I'll explain that to you really quick. We are going to talk about community involvement, PTA update. We have a lot of things upcoming, right? Zupa touched on testing a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about what 95% means and the importance of 95%. Okay? All right, here we go. The budget. Here we go. All right, good. All right, so what we did, so everybody knows, the district requires that that we, as a school, we have a budget advisory committee. So what I did, I don't know, I guess a couple months ago, put it out to the staff and asked anybody who would like to be on the budget advisory committee. And it was just a collection of instructional staff members who got together. I went through the budget, asked them for their input. They were able to ask me just a ton of questions. It was really, I think, a growth process for them. It was an opportunity. It was Mac, it was Torres, it was Miss Toledo, K-How, and LeBron, I think, right? Yeah. So we had some leadership team members, and we also had some instructional classroom teachers. All right. So I'm going to do a quick comparison from our current year budget to our future year budget. All right. And I'm not going to get too caught up in some of the language and which drives funding, but I will answer all those questions. I'll answer now if you have them, or if you want to stick around afterwards. Okay. Current budget this year, just over $4 million annually that we have in our school. We were budgeted about 619 students, right? So we've seen a push at the end of the school year. Very cool. We're closer to 630 right now. That's exciting news. and they're not fifth graders. We have a lot of K through 4 coming in, which is great news for us. All right, 254, so everybody knows that these are students who, these are ESE students or students with disabilities that require an additional level of support and attention. Therefore, they have emphasized funding, right? So someone who is, and I'm not going to go into detail about how a student becomes 254, all right? And I will if you want me to. It's a detailed process. But a student in a traditional student in a K through 5 classroom setting, right, that receives a traditional instructional model, right? Whether it be like in Miss Ricky's class, right? That student is worth about 1 FTE, right? 1 point, okay? A student who is a 254 is about just over 3.5 points, right? 3.5 FTE units. So if a student is worth about $4,800, all right, according to the state, then it would be 48 times 3.64, which is important because the particular level, the specific level of care and support that those students receive fund that classroom, right? The classroom teacher, paraprofessionals, things like that, okay? This year we have 45 instructional staff members. That's a combination of classroom teachers and then also instructional non-classroom teachers like leadership team members like, Mr. Mack and Ms. Zupa, all right? So this year we're going to shift things a little bit. I'm sorry, for future year. We are projected to have fewer students next year. We have a huge 5th grade class, right? It's about 38 kids right now, about 138 kids. It fluctuates a little bit. So we have that big group going out, and then our projected incoming kindergarten class is about 65. I think 62 is what the number is, right? So you're losing 140-ish, and you're only bringing in, 65-ish. That's a pretty big mix, or a pretty big difference, right? So then we take things into consideration. So you'll see that instead of being allocated $4.1 million, then our annual allocation is about $3.5 million. Okay. Now listen, things change. This current kindergarten class was projected to be in the mid-90s, end up being in the mid-60s, right? It's still growing, but growing very slowly, which is untraditional, out of the norm for Endeavor. But we're seeing that prediction for next year. Now, those predictions are based on the district has a district demographer, one who studies demographics. I had a long conversation with them. Man, it was wild, the things they take into consideration when they do school projections. They go back and they study birth rates, like within the area from 5 years ago. They go look at utility information. I mean, all kinds of wild things. So currently next year we're slated for a fewer students, mid-60s in the kindergarten class. All right. So we're going to talk about this. So you know that when we talk about teachers cost me about $74,000. All right. Now that's including benefits and whatnot. So not every teacher makes $74,000. Most teachers don't make $74,000. All right. They all laugh at me. All right, Torres, next slide. All right. So here's what we're looking at for next year. We've had conversations with teachers in grade levels. So we're looking for 4 kindergarten teachers next year, 4 in 1st grade. All right, we're looking at 5 in 2nd, 5 in 3rd, 4 in 4th. This 3rd grade class is the current 3rd grade class. They're kind of an anomaly. If you see, like they're just a smaller group. It's strange. And then 6th and 5th grade again. All right, we have 4 ESE teachers, 1 pre-K IND right here. That's a self-contained unit, and then 2, I guess, K5 unit teachers, right? And those are also self-contained units. And then we have 1 SLD teacher, all right? And that teacher services all the ESE students who are in mainstream education, right? So they get pulled out for like math or reading support services, all right? We have 3 special area teachers, art, music, and PE, and they're phenomenal. All right, so and on this side, these are our non-classroom instructional staff. So we have 2 tier 1 interventionist teachers, These are teachers that are paid for by CARES Act, so I don't have to pay for them. And they're gonna work specifically with students in math and reading intervention. Super excited about that. We have one instructional coach, we have 2 resource teachers, we have 1 school counselor, and we have 1 staffing specialist. Okay? We do admittedly have probably a little bit bigger leadership team, taking into consideration that we don't have an assistant principal. Okay? All right, next slide. And slow me down, ask me questions if you have them. All right, so here are our classified staff members. These are the people who work their butts off and do all the things that, that people don't realize they do. All right, so we have Janet's our secretary bookkeeper. We have a school registrar. We're budgeted for an LPN. We have a support services clerk too, hopefully for not much longer. We have 2 bilingual paras. We have a media clerk. We have a severely handicapped para with 3 severely handicapped paras. The bilingual paras are, one is Spanish, one is Portuguese. Okay. ESC program assistant. All right. And then we have a program assistant who's just basic, and that is a new role for next year. Super excited about that. Oh, and you'll see the strike through school health assistant. We had an amazing school health assistant this year, Nick. Then moved on to some amazing new journeys in life, and we're not going to pick that position up next year, okay? All right, so things you might not know is that our TSR school tech, our resident tech gentleman, his name is Mr. Mike Wiegander. We split him with another elementary, Palmetto Elementary. He cost us about $20,000. All right. We actually pay half of the school resource officers with the sheriff's office, and that costs us $50,000 even. Okay. How are we going to save money? Is we have no assistant principal. Assistant principals salary and benefits about $95,000. We're not going to do that. It equates to just under 1.5 teachers. So it's a way for us to save money. Channel that money to teachers. No school health assistant, and then like I said before, the tier 1 interventionist positions. We have 2 of them, and at $74,000 times 2, that's a great way for us to save $150,000. Okay. All right. So our site model, that's what we call it. These are a lot of numbers you probably never see. What we have, we allocate $30,000 for substitute teachers, $10,000 for copier allocations. Okay, that includes like services for copies, rental agreements with our major copy machines, paper. All right, $20,000 in supplies, and that's just general classroom supplies, paper, other things like that. And then contingency is essentially money that we have, basically almost like our savings account, right? And what I was always taught, the general rule of thumb with contingency is that you want to have, the goal would be to have at least 1 teacher's salary left in contingency, right? So if you had to buy a teaching position, you're able to do so. So consider a teacher $74,000, we have $87,000 channeled to that for next year. The big thing is, what money are you carrying forward? So money that we've saved and tried to be fiscally responsible last year and then the current year, this year, we're bringing that money with us. So that money carries forward, and that's about $150,000, right? Which is great news because there are a lot of crazy things that can happen. In the first 2 months of school from August to October. Enrollment projections, right? Like if we don't hit our projections, then I have to pay money back to the district. Okay, they don't give me an opportunity; they just take it. If a number of things like the students who are labeled 254, if some of those students were to leave, right, then the money that we've been allocated for that, I'll have to pay that back. Or hey, hopefully on the good end is we have this population boom, and all of a sudden that we have another 30, 40, 50, 60 kids, and we have to buy more teachers. There's money there to do so. All right. So I will tell you, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but we are in a good place financially, better than most schools who were hit really hard through pandemic and the cost of the pandemic, and population was because of the pandemic. So we're in a good place. And I'm going to cut it off there because I know we do have a lot of other things to go through. But if you have questions about any of this stuff and you want to stick around and chat about it afterwards, you're more than welcome to. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let me talk about this really quick. Hey, listen. So this is an amazing night, and this is going to be very quick. So we had our Teacher of the Year, Ms. Bletchinger, and Janet Rodriguez was our Support Person of the Year. You guys know them. They've been here forever. They're phenomenal people for our school culture. And they were voted on by their peers. So everybody here votes on the Support Person of the Year and the Teacher of the Year. Support Person of the Year is the classified member, non-instructional. And then the Teacher of the Year is obviously a classified or an instructional role. So the district hosts the Stellar Awards. This is new in what, like the last 5 years probably?
2019.
Yeah, 2019. So, man, it's a massive event. It's a very formal event. They host it over at one of the Rosen resorts. And 1,500 people, OCPS, staff members and their families were, this was about a week and a half ago Friday, right? And it was great. So, Bletchinger, myself, and Janet, our families are here. My wife got to go. She was super excited. And then we just had a really good time. It was a great event. Our school is well represented with some amazing people. So it was a great night. We have a new staff member. All right. So Ms. Restrepo, William Restrepo, is our new support services clerk too at the front desk. She's doing a great job. She's a fast learner. We're thankful to have her there because it provides another layer of customer service for anybody who's coming into the building. Crazy enough, she used to be one of my students, one of my first jobs at Gateway High School. I saw her at a restaurant, asked her what she was doing. I said, we need you at our school. She interviewed. She did a phenomenal job, and she's here. So we're super excited to have her with us. So if you see her, introduce yourself, and she's doing a great job.
And then we are moving on to our SAC grants. In February, we approved Miss Ricky's grant for about $150. And then for myself, Ms. Torres, $450. So as part of accepting the grant, we would showcase what we did in our classrooms with our students and how it related back to the school improvement plan. So we'd like to call up Miss Ricky and her grant for a classroom transformation.
So yeah, we did a classroom transformation. We went with the spooky theme. And so we used the flashlights that were purchased with the grant and had them write spooky stories with domain-specific vocabulary. They got to share them in a fun, haunty way. We created math monsters, and so they all had to have a theme and then creatively a backstory, like an origin story. Our scores, we got an average of 75% on that standard for geometry, so hopefully it paid off. And then here we were learning about body organs. Mr. Matt came in and he got to see it in action. So they had to name and identify the organs and then answer little questions, and we kind of did like the center rotation. And then at the bottom, you can see what our scores were for those standards. So we got a 79% average, which was pretty high for organs and naming the specific organs. So thank you so much. I think it worked and paid off, and we had a lot of fun. And then that's our author visit with one of the stories we read for the Total Eclipse of Mr. Lopez, which is another spooky story. So kind of all in theme today.
Awesome.
So thank you, Ms. Ricky, for applying for a SAC grant, and thank you to the SAC committee for approving it to do great things in the classroom. I'm going to do a big thank you as well because we were able to purchase multiple black lights for the music room to do a classroom transformation and a month-long lesson with our 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders with black light bucket drumming. So SAC was able to purchase half of the black lights needed for the room. I purchased the other half of the black lights out of pocket. And then I used my OCPS Foundation grant to purchase drumsticks for every student to use. And me and my intern, Mr. Herring, got some UV tape and some UV markers and just turned off the lights, turned on all the black lights, and decorated the room and had a really great time. Students are able to read and perform music with the black lights. And we hit multiple standards of being able to notate simple rhythmic patterns, being able to notate extended rhythmic phrases using traditional notation, and of course, being able to perform with expressive elements of an instrumental piece of music. So it was a 4-week lesson. The first week, what we did was just some basic rhythm reading, where I would call on a student to demonstrate their musical knowledge. They would perform a rhythm for the class. Everyone would echo it, and it was traditional music notation, nothing wild or crazy, and I'll have an example of it for you all. The second week, we started using drumsticks to click those rhythms together. The third week, we clicked the drumsticks together and turned the black lights on. And then the fourth and final week, we were able to take our buckets that were decorated with the neon UV tape, and it illuminated the room, and the students got to play along to pop music that I had arranged for them. So we do have quite a few students throughout the weeks and showcasing what they were doing. These are the traditional rhythmic notation that they were reading and following to build up that literacy fluency, reading from left to right so it can transition back into the classroom during this big reading time of year. And of course, showcasing it with the students. Every grade level had a different song with scaffolding rhythms, simpler for our second graders. And as they learn harder rhythms, they were able to perform them leading up to 5th grade, doing a lot of syncopation and 16th note rhythms. And I do have, if a load, I'll do a quick little video clip. This is all on the slideshow, so if you want to watch them or look more intently, you can. But this is 2nd grade doing their bucket drumming. Maybe if there's sound. Or there's no sound. There is sound on there, but I didn't check the sound, so I apologize for that. But everybody's got the video links. They are posted as well for other music teachers to see. I have inspired multiple music teachers now who are now doing this in their own classrooms. Lake George Elementary just got their black lights and neon tape funded. And then down, I can't remember the school, but it's the school that Miss Grogan's neighborhood lives in, her neighborhood school. Their music teacher, Miss Massey, also just got a grant-funded project similar to this because it was a lot of fun and the students really enjoyed it. And I even spoke to Nathaniel here. Nathaniel, I recorded a little quick clip of him, but I wasn't able to edit it together. But Nathaniel, did you have a lot of fun doing this activity with Miss Weese's class? Had a lot of fun. And a big thing was the students did come out saying that it was a good way for them just to hit something productively in a safe manner, having fun to loud music, especially during a stressful testing time. We did this immediately after they took the FSA, and it was a great time. So thank you all so much for this grant opportunity. And speaking of grants, we do have another proposal from Mr. Diago and Ms. Ricky. So on the back of your agenda is their SAC proposal in both English and Spanish for you all. So I'd like to call up Mr. Diago and Ms. Ricky to present their SAC grant.
I'm sorry about that. Hi. So basically, our classes especially have been playing a lot of kickball as kind of a community building activity. We've had multiple games, I think 3 now. Yeah. And they've been a great opportunity not only to get kind of a spirit of camaraderie with the kids, but also just in general, it's a good way to get active, and they really, really seem to enjoy it. One of the things that we noticed though is the kickball field is lacking bases. So we have a field, but there's absolutely no bases. And so I purchased these bases that you can buy at the local, whatever Target or thing, but they slide and they're just not very efficient. So we're trying to basically upgrade it since we use it so much, and it does seem to have a very positive effect on the kids.
Absolutely, for the positive effects. Like he has a non-English student who has blossomed and found a leadership role in this. I have some cheerleaders that have really taken on their initiative to to organize, and it's transferring into the classroom. So it's not just we're outside playing, it's translating back into our classrooms, and we're seeing progress from those students as well.
Yeah, without a doubt, yeah. To speak on that one kid, right? Like, we're talking about a kid who did not, had a lower self-esteem, but through these sort of activities, slowly but surely, he kind of transferred what he learned, that sort of passion, and now is doing a lot better in school in general. So I do think it translates everywhere.
So we're proposing to purchase bases. We found some for $200 for the first, second, and third, and then one for home plate, which is $25.
And the cool thing about them is they are semi-permanent, so they'll stick if we really want them to, but it's really not that hard to just lift them off the ground in case it rains or we want to use the field for whatever other purpose.
If you played baseball, you can lift out. So like there's an anchor hole, and then you can lift it out of the anchor hole. So it would just be a little bit safer than the other bases, and it would be fun, and I think it would benefit Coach Brands as well. So it wouldn't necessarily just be our classes. And when we're at recess, other classes and other grade levels even come and join us. So it's really fun to see them all interacting in a different way.
Yeah, I don't have anything more to add to that.
So any questions about our grant proposal or motion?
I have one.
Yeah.
Do the bases, like, do you guys plan on just leaving them out there on the field? Like,
Yeah.
they'll just stay out there?
That's the goal, because like, for example, I own the bases and sometimes I forget to lend them. So like, she has to practice sometimes without bases because we just forget. And so leaving them there would make it more of a staple.
Sounds like gamesmanship.
Picking them up for spring break or something like that,
Sure.
or like our hurricane.
Or if we know it's
Yeah.
gonna rain.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this relate back to the school improvement plan within that social emotional learning with the
Yeah.
camaraderie building? Okay, just wanting to make sure.
Yes, it's good.
Installation, how does that work? You guys,
And literally just stick it on the ground.
did you say there's an anchor hole?
Yeah, so like a post sticker would do it. That's something that I think either we could borrow or we could, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is very it reminds me a lot of, I haven't ever installed one, but it reminds me a lot of like when you put a tent. It's really not like super difficult. But yeah.
Any other questions? All right, so thank you, Torres, for highlighting the fact that it is tied with the SEL goal, social emotional learning piece of the school improvement plan. So that's awesome. All right, well, I think it sounds like an amazing idea, and we do have enough committee members here to vote on it. So I motion to approve the SAC proposal for the bases.
I second.
All right, so the voting members, so we'll vote yes. All right. Any no's? All right, okay, all right, great job. Thank you, guys.
Approved. And even got Ms. Hutchinson online improving it as well.
That's exciting.
All right.
Make that feel a little more professional, you know?
Continuing on, just to highlight a lot of school-wide and community involvement that we had. PTA hosted a phenomenal daughter dance on April 1st, where we had over 250 attendees for this dance with great food from Tukasa, a great DJ, a lot of dancing, and you haven't lived until you've seen a bunch of elementary schoolers bust out a dancing song with We Don't Talk About Bruno, like it was the greatest song of all time. Kindergarten hosted the Pop Into Kindergarten event with PTA assisting, kind of led the charge by Mrs. Zadi up in the front office. There were quite a few future kindergarteners coming in, meeting with the kindergarten team because all 4 team members were there. And it was a great time meeting some future navigators, getting a tour of the school and meeting a lot of people. As Ms. Zupa said earlier, they did wrap up with 3rd grade ELA FSA testing along with the 4th and 5th grade writing testing. But something that you may not know was to build a little bit of community here within the school. Those 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade teachers were paired up with a kindergarten 1st or 2nd grade class to be their testing buddies. And there was some nice treats that were given, great signs, words of encouragement, just to push our navigators to do their very best. Currently, we are in iReady reading time right now, because math was last week, and students are currently taking iReady. So please make sure students are on time so that they can complete their iReady test, so that they are ready to go. Some big news. The annual Big Idea Conference recognized our own Derek Oliver Jr., fifth grader from Miss Jones's class, with the Endeavor Award. Not Endeavor the school,
Yeah.
the Endeavor Award, showcasing a student overcoming and just doing really great and being really successful. So we are very proud of Derek, who is a patrol. He's active in different clubs and organizations, and he's busy. The biggest thing that I gotta say is like his biggest passion, just speaking on behalf of him, is reading. So he was here a lot at the book fair, his mom volunteering a lot at the book fair. So we're very proud of Derek. Another big highlight, Miss Andrea, our Portuguese ESOL paraprofessional, was acknowledged by the OCPS Multilingual Department for the Spirit of Excellence Award. So we're very proud of her and all her hard work that she's been doing and the impact that she's been making on our ESOL students here at Endeavor.
One of 26 staff members throughout the entire district.
And then Miss Maria Pabon last week was recognized as an OCPS hero teacher. So the county came in, gave her a beautiful sign. We have some pictures for you all on the next slide, so don't worry. Showcasing her hard work, because she's been here at Endeavor forever. She's been here forever, so she's made a lasting impact on many navigators who are now grown up and have lives of their own. So building their own families. So we're very proud of her. Our fifth grader from Miss Hellinger's class, Ryan Murphy, he was our Endeavor speech contest winner, and he went on to represent Endeavor at the Southwest Learning Community for this side of the speech contest, where he got runner-up. So we're super proud of Ryan representing not only Endeavor, the Southwest Learning Community within Orange County Public Schools. And student government continues to work on revitalizing the butterfly garden outside. They're out there watering the plants, doing so much work, and it's going to be a beautiful project that's them giving back to the school. So we're very proud of our student council for doing this great thing for us here at Endeavor. So up here we do have some pictures of the daughter dance, where many teachers did attend, getting nice pictures with their students all dressed up. Even our dads coming together on the floor dancing, having a great time.
Can I just say one thing, and I gotta give PTA a shout out, and we have a couple of PTA members here. Like, you have to understand that picture on the far left doesn't even really do it justice, but that's our cafeteria. It looks like a ballroom. Like, it was amazing. And they told me it was gonna be amazing, and I had something in mind, and they surpassed my expectations. It was phenomenal. They did a wonderful job, so.
And we do want to thank all the teachers that dedicated their time to come in and help set up, help prep, not just the teachers, all the family members that came in and helped. There were a lot of parents who did not have children attending the dance, but they came in and dedicated their time to make a beautiful night for our navigators. Here we got a picture of Miss Brewster's class with their FSA buddies. Miss Gaskin's class giving them words of encouragement, just popping by to wish them good luck for the FSA. We've got Derek Oliver and his family receiving the Endeavor Award. Miss Andrea in the front office with the leadership team receiving her award. And of course, the district coming in last week with Miss Pabon with her Hero Award. So we're very excited of all the great things that our navigator students and staff are doing. Little PTA update. We said it earlier, we're saying it again, and it was on Class Dojo. Tonight is Jeremiah's Italian Ice Spirit Night. So after school, it's a great day to go downtown center to right over John Young Parkway, right next to Publix is Jeremiah's. Just say that you are with Endeavor, and a portion of the proceeds are going to come back to the PTA to spend money directly on our navigators. So it's a great way to give back and raise money. So that is from 3 p.m. to close today. So please make your way out. Just so you know, field day is this Friday, and PTA, I know we said it at the last meeting, but PTA is helping significantly with field day this Friday. They rented some special surprises for the students to participate in. As we said last time, they are inflatables, so bounce houses, obstacle courses, to make field day even more fun. And they are getting ready for Teacher Appreciation Week. which takes place May 2nd through May 6th for all of our families at home. I know Endeavor and PTA is not celebrating. They are going to do great things for our teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week, but their big celebration is going to be the following week, because May 2nd through May 6th is a lot of FSA testing. Yay! But we know Endeavor is going to recognize our teachers and staff for all the great things that they do. So we know PTA is going to take care of our faculty as well, but wanted to give everybody a heads up. And we've got one of our PTA board members, Ms. Wallace. Anything else to add on?
The fifth grade handprint, that's due today.
Oh, yes, the Leaving a Legacy, the fifth grade handprint, the $3 was due today. So Mr. Riberon is painting a giant tree underneath the stairwell, and fifth graders can purchase a legacy handprint where they will paint their hand and leave their mark on Endeavor. So we're really excited for that. So please make sure, if you don't get on that, do it for our fifth graders. What's next? A lot of iReady testing. As we said, field day is taking place this Friday. Once again, this Friday. If you are an Additions Approved volunteer, we do need volunteers for this event, and you can check online to see how you can volunteer and help. We do have Administrative Professional Day on April 27th. So we're going to acknowledge all the hard work Ms. Rodriguez and Ms. Gote in the front office do, because the school cannot run without them. First grade field trip to the Science Center on April 28th. Fifth grade patrol field trip to Universal on the 29th. Speaking of the 29th, some of you know Mr. Herring. He is our music senior intern or our student teacher. He has taught every student here at Endeavor. And if you hear your child coming home and they're a little upset that Mr. Herring is leaving, that is our music intern. So he's been here since January doing a fantastic job. He's got job interviews all lined up. He's about to graduate from FSU, but wanted to give families a heads up of who's this Mr. Herring guy my kid keeps talking about. He is what I call him, our second music teacher in music class. So just wanted everyone to be aware of that. Once again, Teacher Appreciation Week taking place May 2nd through May 5th. FSA ELA testing for 4th and 5th graders May 2nd and 3rd. Kindergarten field trip to the Sea Life Aquarium May 5th. FSA math testing for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders on May 5th and 6th. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. FSA, 5th grade science on May 12th, 13th. We're going to have an ESC music concert here at school at 2 p.m. on May 16th. And then our 5th graders are going to take their end of course exams from May 17th through May 20th, taking tests in art, music, PE, and health. We're going to acknowledge our 5th graders with a 5th grade party on May 24th, with the last day of school being May 25th. So busy, busy, busy time of year. And we're doing all that we can just to make it fun, exciting, and pushing through until the end. So please do not give up on school these last couple of weeks. We are still very busy up until the end of the year. So remember, coming to school on time, make sure you're here, doing your best. It'll be great. Once again, the testing dates are on the are in the slideshow. If you need to reference them, mark them on your calendars. I have some taking pictures of it just to make sure that they are ready for it. And we will go ahead and reserve this time as an open forum to field any questions or comments that we have. Anybody have any questions, comments, online, in person?
Hey, while you guys are thinking, I just want to put some closure on the meeting and just say, I just want to emphasize that the amazing work that our teachers, all staff members are doing, and the students as well. And I think that you saw that as I'm sitting here kind of reflecting on the slides that, man, our teachers and our students aren't just recognized through the amazing work that they're doing here by us, but by people in the district, right? All throughout Orange County Public Schools, which is massive, right? It's a massive machine. 200 plus thousand students, right? And 25 or 26,000 employees, right? Like some of our people are standing out. And I think that that's just a hard work and kind of the culture that is in Denver. So really appreciate you guys being here. We have one meeting left. And that is going to be less business and more celebration. And we're going to invite everybody who's attended a meeting this year to come and join in a little bit of fellowship. We're going to have some breakfast and coffee and drinks, and really just kind of put, like I said, some closure on the year, reflect a little bit on the work we've done, and really that's it. So does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Yes. So the last 3 days of school, the school year ends on a Wednesday. I was thinking about that as Torres had that up there. So that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have like just a lot of fun things planned for the students school-wide. There'll be, fifth grade promotion ceremony on the last day of school. We do have a giant award ceremony. There'll be a lot of cool stuff going on that day. Students will receive all types of tokens of appreciation, including ribbons. So there'll be some fun stuff going on that day. But our goal really is to celebrate our teachers, celebrate our staff, and our students. So thank you guys for coming, and I'll stick around if you have questions or if there are questions online. But thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this time, an hour per month, and just hanging out with us. So motion to, if there are no questions, I'm going to motion to close the meeting.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much. Great job. You got a lot done. A lot of information. Oh, I thought you had a question for me. I was like, I'm ready for you, Bruce.